I got another load of Phragmites. They are way better once they've flowered. I'll remember that. There's a whole giant patch. I'm going to cut a bunch of these and see if I can sell them as arrow shafts. All right. Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land. It's Jimmy here. I got some Phragmites today, and also known common reed. I don't know if this is the common reed or not, but I had cut some earlier in the year when they were still really green. They didn't have flowers. Now, this is how tall these reeds. I don't cut the bottom 3 feet because it's usually where it's really crooked, and I cut 3 feet off the top. So these are really about 10 foot tall, and I squeeze them to make sure they're, for lack of a better word, right. If they're not right, when you squeeze them, they'll just squish. They're real easy to process. Just pull off the leaves. And the cool thing is, you can tell when they're dry because they start out green. They start out green, and when they're dry, they'll turn yellow. A really pretty kind of yellow, like straw, khaki, light. I don't know what the technical name of the color is. They're real easy to process. Just pull off some leaves. Now, one mistake I made with the last batch was I tried to straighten them while they were green. That doesn't work. They you know, after a day or so, they go right back. Now, getting them after they have a flower on the top, that looks like a tassel, not really like a flower, but they're strong. They're strong all the way to the tip. So when you have like a really bad bendy spot like this, you can just do away with it because this whole piece is straight. And that's why the last ones I cut off right at the ground. Don't do that. Cut them off. You know, get the ones that are really tall, over your head tall, and cut them off a couple, 3 feet from the ground. And then you will have, you know, this is going to be, see, from here out, it's already straight. It just has to dry. And the last time I wasn't as selective as I should have been, and I think the spine on these is going to be better for the smaller diameter. Like, I had to do the thick diameter to get a 50-pound spine before, but it feels like I'll get 50 in this smaller diameter, which will work great for my Cherokee bow. And so that's what I'm going to use these for. I got a new series of videos. I'm going to change it. I'm going to make a channel that's just going to be primitive hunting and making primitive hunting equipment. By primitive, I mean before contact. So we'll have no metal or very little metal. They use copper, and I'm going to smelt copper. I'm not going to buy copper. I'm going to smelt copper, and then I'll use copper for stuff, probably like my tools. But see, that one's already perfectly straight. It takes a little while to do this, but if you've got, you know, look here, this one, because I cut it off where it was probably this high, and this is all the curvies. I cut that off, and I might not even have to straighten these at all if I make sure they don't get bent while they're drying. They're remarkably consistent in size, and the denser the patch, the more consistent they are. Like, you don't have to hunt around for the right size, or one that you can whittle down. See, they're just consistent. I really like these. The last batch I overcomplicated. I made special inserts for the nocks and did all kind of wrappings and stuff. That's because they seemed like they needed reinforced there. But these ones, I'm going to cut them right above a node on the knock end. The knock end is going to be important. Right above a node. And then that'll be strong, and I'll wrap it with sinew, and I won't have to do all that crazy, you know, carving down insert and all that. For the point end, I will. And I made a whole bunch of these because I want to try some arrows with the skinny end as the point. I think Jack Crafty did that, put the skinny end as the point. It kind of makes sense, especially these are so light that, you know, the back won't steer the front. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm going all the way down with these because I don't know what size I'm going to use. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty small size for my Comanche bow, because it only draws 24 inches, so you know that's an arrow right there. Looking forward to that. I'm still going to do some flint knapping, and I'm going to start another channel refining precious metal junk. So I'm going to have 3 channels, and I'm hoping that once I start these other channels, my close to 1,500 subs will, you know, subscribe to them other channels, and I'm hoping that people will start commenting and liking more. I don't know how to get, you know, people to do that. And if you have any ideas, you know, let me know. If it's don't show my ugly bug, I won't do that. You know, if it's don't talk, well, I get bored if I'm not talking on these. I know it's kind of rambling, but that's they have these also have a protective finish right on them. Like, you don't have to sand these or waterproof them or anything. Sandiest nodes, you know, I'm trying not to, if you pull too hard, you'll rip the fibers. So, I even got a couple standing dead ones that they seem like they're usable. I guess if they're from last year, they don't die, you know, they don't rot because they have that coating. I really like these. I actually like them better than bamboo, but I've used bamboo a lot, so I was more prepared for making arrows from bamboo. But it's almost the same. It looks the same. It feels the same. And now that they're flowered and they're done, they're solid. And they're not even dry yet, and they're solid. So much better. So if you use these, look for really tall ones. The short ones, I think, are a different, maybe a different kind of breed, where they're only, you know, they're only this tall, and then they have the flower. I wouldn't use them. I've seen a couple spots with them, and I checked them, and they're the walls on them are like paper thin. And I think if they're not a different species, it's just because they're in a place where they don't get enough minerals to grow good, and so they don't get tall, so they don't need to be as strong. Now this one, I did some experiments. I grabbed a couple that were dead. These were standing dead. They're already ready, but they look funny. They're already seasoned, and they're pretty strong still. So that's what made me figure out that I could use these. I'll make some nice little arrowheads for them. I'm going to put turkey fletches on them instead of the bright yellow colors. Be able to make a lot of these arrows. The thing that'll limit me will be making the arrowheads, because they take a half an hour or so each. Maybe once I make a few dozen, I'll get faster at them, but it's not. Get some slabs. Send my buddy some rock, and have him slab them. But I've got literally hundreds and hundreds of flakes I spalled. I got a video on that, spalling them. I'm going to try and have, weather permitting. Hey, Tanner. This is Tanner. He's the old man. He was like 19 years old. He's still kicking. And he likes to come around me too. Cats like me more than they like. They're all my kids' cats, by the way. These my sons. Bobo's my daughters. Misa's my daughters. Now I don't know how easy these are going to be to straighten, but that's a good. That feels like a 2317. Feels pretty good. I haven't shot Lumineras for going on 30 years, so I'm not sure, but that's definitely good enough to make good arrows. Tanner Jacob, you want to be in the video? So it's going to take me all day to do these. But yeah, I'll show you them once they, well, if you look at the video, I got a video of last night of me trimming the ones that I had with the flint blade. And so that'll be up tonight. It takes my internet here. I only get 0.7 up, even though I pay for 12 down and 3 up. That's what I pay for. But always one of the DSLs is not working. They'll come out, they'll quote fix it, it'll work for a day, and then it won't work. So that's all. I like the ones that just have one bend. Like when I straighten this out, this whole thing will be straight. I'm going to do this start to finish because if you want to use these for primitive archery, it is awesome. Especially if you have a lighter self bow. If you use them with appropriate arrows that are, light arrowheads that are lighter and 1 inch to 3/4 to 1 inch wide. They have to be 3/4 in my state, which is 18 millimeters, I believe. They have to be. So I'm bound by that. But if you look at like a lot of the Southwest, they're like a 1/2 inch. They have usually a long wooden foreshaft on these, so I might do that, or I might just cut them to where I have a node, fill that in with a piece of wood and put the point there. Because I don't hunt far, 15 yards is a long shot for me. And you'll get to see that because I'm going to have, like I said, I'm going to have primitive hunting. And I'm going to setup and video. I got a little GoPro now that I'm going to use to film the hunting. I've got mounts where I can stick it on trees. Trying to become a, I don't know, not a full-time YouTuber, but I would like to get more out of it than, you know, just YouTube loading my channel up with videos. Or not videos, ads. Every ad you see on my channel is not, it's not me. I'm not monetized. So, YouTube kills my views whenever I get close to being 4,000 hours. When I get like 3,500, I won't get no views for a month. I don't know if that's because I suck, or you know, that's their plan to keep all the revenue to themselves. And I don't mind sharing. We're going to get, this channel is going to be, once I'm ready for the hunting, it's going to be only flint knapping related stuff. Like I'm going to, you know, I'll make the knives that I use for skinning and stuff like that on this channel. I'll make the arrowheads. I'll talk about flint stuff, but that's it. My hunting channel is going to be, I don't know the name yet because I just thought of all this last night. And, well, you know, flying by the seat of my pants. So, I would appreciate, I mean, if you, anything you got to say, please leave me comments. Tell me, you know, do this, do that. Yeah, I know there's a million flint knapping channels, and honestly, there's a million hunting channels. There's a million channels of everything. So, I used to think I was unique because like, I use stuff that nobody else does. And the only thing I've been unique on is using that slow cooker and making a computer controller to cook the flint. That I've never seen anybody else do, and I haven't taught anyone how to do it. And they're all, everyone's a scared. Look, see, with the ones I cut in the summer, when I'd squeeze this thin part, it would collapse. Not this. So I'm very optimistic now, especially for my lightweight bow. Well, they're both lightweight. They're both, my long bow's 40 pounds, 40, 45 pounds, and my Comanche bow is 42 pounds. So they're both pretty light on the weight. I'm just gonna peel. Nice. Look, they'll make a nice blind too. In your house, window blind. You could go cut 1,000,000 of them and start making window blinds. Organic window blinds. By Jimmy. Alright, I'm just gonna end the video now so it doesn't go on forever. Pretty much covered everything that I can think of. And hey, don't forget, like, subscribe, leave a comment, you know, tell me you know, what you want me to do primitive wise. You know, if you want to see fire making or whatever. But I got a good friend, well, a good acquaintance, Johnny Housley, I think that's how you say his name. He does fire making. He's I call him Firebug. I posted a post sharing his channel on my page. If you're into fire making, you should check him out. He's really good. Thank you.